Dear Diary, I was talking to my mother yesterday, and we were talking about the change in weather and how weird it is today. And so we were talking about how the thunderstorms, if you ever hear the thunderstorms and the lightning going on right now, it is kind of roaring. Like if you hear it and the thunder kind of rolls, it lasts a little bit longer than it does usually. Now, fight me if I'm wrong. But also the lightning, if you notice the lightning, it's just, I don't know. When you look in the sky, it's a little bit different. It's a little alarming, should I say. So my mom used the analogy, the sounds of the thunderstorms as God's footsteps. And as you hear the thunderstorm roll and thunder and just do its thing, it's not how it used to be back in the day. You know, we would hear it, but now it's like the thunder's like boom, boom. I mean, it gets louder and louder, and it lasts a little bit longer than it usually does. Why is that? What time is it? The lightning is aggressive, and it just stays in the sky a little bit longer than you would want it to. But it is time. It is definitely time to recognize the signs. Whether the signs are coming from the Bible, it doesn't matter. It is time to be aware and awaken. It is time for the prayer warriors. It's time for the prophets. It is time for the visionaries. It is time for anybody that can see beyond the third dimension to stand up and start talking about what it is they see in this season, in this new decade. 2020 is the season and the year of new vision, but it's also a season of shift. But it's not something that you're thinking about. Everybody, in the church world, we say it's a spiritual warfare, but really it's chemical. But to me, if you want all my star seeds and my indigo children, yes, I believe in that because I believe that we have been called for a mission. And so where I'm going with this, if you have a gift, not a talent to sing, all of those things matter. But in this season, what really matters are the visionaries, the people that can see beyond the third dimension. It is time for you to come forth with what God or what the universe is trying to tell you, because now we are in a universal war. What does that mean? It could be chemical, it could be spiritual, it could be physical, and damn sure mental. I am here because I'm not the preacher, but what is an angel? An angel is a messenger. And whether I have another guest on the show or not, to bring forth what it is that God wants to put on this platform, because now I'm getting a little bit more serious about the show. I see why he woke me up in the middle of the night. Well, it wasn't even the middle of the night. I was dead right there, smack dab in my bedroom. And my husband was laying right next to me, but the light was still on. But I kind of jumped out of myself. And I don't care if it scares you. You can call me crazy, call me whatever. I don't care. They're going to call me everything just like Jesus did. But the thing is, I had a vision. And I had nothing. I didn't know anything about podcasting. And God said, it's time for you to use your throat. It is time to use your mouth. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is something that was not on my notes. I'm coming straight off my head right now because this is what he's giving me to tell you. It is time to awaken those gifts that you've been afraid to open up. People use it as psychic abilities, clairvoyancy, prophecy, whatever. It doesn't matter. All of it is the same thing. But what are you using your gift for is the question. Whether it's light or darkness. And I stand to tell you today that if you're not in the light, you will be left in the dark. And that's all I got to say. It is time to be enlightened. That is why I'm saying that. So I don't want people to walk around in fear. Last night, I could not sleep. Let's be honest. The last couple of maybe 4 or 5 nights, I have been going to bed literally at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, sometimes 6 o'clock in the morning. Because God is downloading so much in my spirit. Again, this is not on my notes. This is coming straight off my dome. Some of you know what the third eye means. The third eye is, don't let this scare you because you're a Christian or you have a different religion. All of these things matter when it comes to universal matters. We're getting serious right now. It's time to take things a little bit serious. It just kind of makes me feel weird to post a picture these days about an event that I'm at when nobody is really being taught the content that God wants you to see. We're skipping over all of that. There's no more church time. And if you're in the church, it's time to preach or minister to what it is that God is speaking to the people that are in place to lead the people, to lead the shepherd, to lead whatever. You have to be over dominion. But the thing is, we've got to come from a universal standpoint now. People are hurting. People are dying. People are killing themselves. And they're going crazy because they don't know what's going on. They're lost. Their spirit has shifted. And if you are one that God is actually calling, coming forth, it is time to take your place. And it doesn't mean that you got to stand on top of the mountain hills. If that's what God leads you to do, do it. But even if you're a healer, a natural healer outside of church, it's time to start using those abilities in the light. I keep saying the light because there's so many people out there that are faking. And God is uncovering the people that are not doing the right thing in light. And he's going to uncover you if you're not in the light. And I'm just telling you right now, if you're not in the light, he will uncover you. But you have a choice to say, I want to change. And God used me for your ability, not my own ability. Erase ego. Start seeing things from the third dimension and from God's eye view. So now I have to say this. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. And I hate that part because I don't want anybody to be hurt. But think about anybody that's not in the light, because there's only, I like to kind of break down the word in love. But there's only two teams. Love, that's it. Anything outside of love is sin. Everybody wants to talk about, she did, she that, she doing this, she doing that. But if I had a scanner, if I was interviewing God today and I said, God, please scan me. And guess what, y'all? I have made some crazy mistakes in my life. Mistakes that to me are like not that bad. But to you, it might be horrendous. But God sees glory. And when he scans your heart, he's not going to look at whether you've been the best preacher, showing up every Sunday. He don't care about none of that. He's laughing at some of y'all. He got a sense of humor, just like me and you. He's scanning the heart to see what's going on. And the thing is, we are taking each other for granted. And not only are we taking each other for granted, we're taking the world, the earth, Mother Earth for granted. So I'm going to keep going. If you say the Lord is my refuge, and I use Lord because that's what I believe in, doesn't mean that you have to believe in that. Just understand the words, and that's it. And you make the Most High your dwelling. No harm will overtake you. No disaster will come near your tent. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all of your ways. They will lift you up in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. We're in that cobra season. Artificial intelligence, 5G, farming, coronavirus, bird flu just came up. Just saw that last night. I was like, whoa, what's going on? Global warming that we're all ignoring. We're ignoring global warming. Okay, I'll keep going. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands so that you will not strike a fence. And I already said that. So you will trample the great lion and the serpent because he loves me. He loves you. And I know that last night I kind of felt a little weary in the spirit. Because one thing about it, if you are a child of the universe, the child of God, you are a child of a king. You are a king. You are God. Let's just go there. If you let him dwell in you. But I want you to understand your power. If you choose love, you choose light. And light dwells within you. Make it simple just like that. Choose to love one another. And not just one another, but everything around you that's living. And I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call on me and answer him, and I will be him, and I will be with him in trouble, and I will deliver him and honor him. I say those words to say that a lot of people are walking in fear. I got a little weary last night, but Kirk Franklin put up a video that was late. Everybody was up late last night, I think. But Kirk Franklin said something about if you feel like you have not had a relationship with God. I don't know why. This is so weird, y'all. I got to apologize to my guest. I got to keep rolling. So sorry. I love you guys, and I can't wait to put you on. But if you feel like you have not had a relationship with God lately, he loves you. You have a choice to come to the light. Do not feel guilty. Don't hold it against yourself. Because that's what I felt. And the reason why I feel things is for me to come on and experience those things and tell you my experience and say, hey, this is how you can get out of that situation or that mindset. So it won't overtake you. Because whatever you consume, if you can keep consuming the news, keep consuming the bad news and not understand what faith is, you will be consumed by what you are consumed by, what you're consuming. So watch what you are reading. Watch what you're consuming all day. Continue to live your life in faith and use your common sense. Use your wisdom that the universe has given you. Today, we're going to highlight some events that are going on in the world that we should consider taking heed to. And my people, now King James 4:6 says, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. And that's the point. We don't know what's going on. We all over here just aloof and like we're eating everything. We're acting all, like we're just better than thou. Instagram kings and queens. That's what it's all about, right? That's why we're killing each other ourselves, not each other and each other spiritually and mentally, because we made social media a lie. So now I'm being intentional on what I post. Because what you put out, your energy, everybody is a ball of energy. What you put out is what is you're going to give out. And what is your audience consuming? You is always seeing is your ass and your titties. Yeah, I said it. Sometimes I show my titties. Who cares? But the point is, we're all human. But right now, what is the main concern? I know y'all are like thinking like, oh, Angel, where'd you come from? You're a preacher's kid. You ain't in the word. You don't even know the Bible. You don't even know nothing about nothing. Guess what? I have a close relationship with God. And not only that, I have a close relationship with the universe. What are you doing? Are you just walking around here in the matrix and thinking that nothing is happening to you? Nothing is happening. No, nothing is happening around you is the right thing to say. So I'm going to go